everyone. Today we'll talk about the experiment which proved that DNA is a genetic material, right? So the scientists involved here were Hershey and Chase. Their full name was Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase. They worked with certain viruses that infects bacteria. The name of these viruses were bacteriophage, right? What these viruses do, these attacks the bacteria and enters the bacterial cell wall, and the bacteria treats its the virus's genetic material as its own and make its copies, right? So here these two scientists wanted to discover whether it is a protein or the DNA that enters from viruses to bacteria. So they conducted their experiments. How they did it? So the procedure of this experiment here is, first they took certain viruses, they grew those viruses in radioactive phosphorus. So what they concluded, that the viruses which are grown in radioactive phosphorus, they have radioactive DNA because DNA contains the phosphorus. Now there were a few viruses which they grew in radioactive sulfur. What they have seen, that they have proteins at their genetic material because proteins has sulfur, right? So what they did, they proceeded the infection. They tried to infect E. coli with these two viruses. Some have radioactive DNA and some have radioactive proteins. So they infect the E. coli. This is the first step of the infection, right? Now what they did after that, they removed the viral coats by agitating them in blender. So this is the second step, which is blending. This step is same in both the type of E. coli. Next step here is viral particles. Viral particles were separated by bacteria using centrifugation. So the third step is centrifuge. Right. Now what was the conclusion of this experiment? They concluded that the bacteria which were infected with radioactive phosphorus, that means they were injected with the DNA, they have seen that these bacteria, they have DNA radioactive in them, right? But those which are infected with radioactive protein, that means radioactive sulfur, they were unable to infect the bacteria, and there was no sign of radioactive sulfur in their body, right? So this was the conclusion, which proved that DNA is a genetic material which passes from bacteriophage to the E. coli. I hope you understand this experiment by Hershey and Chase. Thank you so much for today and have a great day.